we go, off the rails. But you know, it's time to raise our sails. It's freedom like you never knew.
It's finally here, the real Mario Odyssey 64 sequel I always wanted. Super Mario Odyssey exclusively for the Nintendo Switch. Is this not the best Mario game ever?
It came out like last year. Why are you doing a video on it now?
So Jay, what did you think of Super Mario Odyssey?
Well, Mike, I thought this movie was really bad.
Aww.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go talk about Star Wars and drink some beer.
I'm cynical and I can't express sincere emotion anymore.
Dude, that's harsh.
That's the trouble of being sarcastic all the time. But Mario Odyssey, like, forget Sunshine, forget Galaxy, because Nintendo themselves, they said, yeah, this is a true sequel to Mario 64. Because the problem, well, I like Sunshine and Galaxy, but my problem with them is that they were just linear games where they're like, hey, do this. It's just a checklist of things you gotta do, and they tell you when to do it and how to do it. But Mario 64 and Mario Odyssey, it's about just like, hey, here's a big open sandbox, do whatever the fuck you want, we don't care. And that's why this works.
I think Sunshine is more like Mario 64 than you're giving it credit for, but I do agree. Odyssey is amazing. After playing the train wreck that was Sonic Forces, this is like night and day difference.
Well, I'm sure everything's a lot better than Sonic Forces.
Yeah, I mean, I plan on writing a spec script or whatever for my analysis on it. So
yeah, we'll
see how that goes. But for now, we're here to talk about why Mario Odyssey is the best platformer in forever.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played a Hat in Time or Ukulele, so I don't know if they have the same sense of exploration or if they're more linear based, but this Mario Odyssey is just amazing. Like, there's just so much to look around. Like, it feels like once you beat the level and move on to the next level, like, you can come back and find just so much more to do. Like, locations like New Donk City, the city area, like, they seem small, but they're so dense. Like, every single scene has so much going on.
I was gonna do that. You just beat me to it. So thanks a lot, Rick Verman.
Fuck you, Rick Verman. But yeah, there's just like, I think each level has like 60 different goals to achieve, and like if you have trouble finding a new goal, you just give a Toad 50 coins and you'll say, hey, go to this area, and there'll be a star waiting for you. But sometimes it's a little excessive.
It's like 60 or 30 power moons per level.
Yeah, it's a lot. But like, sometimes it's a little too easy where it just feels like they're just handing these out like Mardi Gras beads or something. Just like,
yeah,
hey.
I think they had the portability in mind for the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so much like they give out so many.
Yeah, well, this is my first Switch game, and I'm really impressed with the fact that you can just like, the console doesn't really shut off. It just puts itself to sleep, and that's really convenient. So you can just like stop what you're doing in the middle of a boss fight and come back to it later.
Yeah, and Mario Odyssey allows you to save whenever, wherever you want. So
yeah,
if you're worried like the power's going to go off because of the battery life, which is admittedly a little abysmal, then fear not, it's going to be okay.
I mean, okay, like video game portable consoles like the DS are always like 10 years behind in terms of graphics. So, I mean, this is basically a PS3 level game on the go. In terms of graphics,
it's really impressive how Nintendo went from the bulky as fuck like Wii U, and now their console is basically like smaller than a tablet. So
the Wii U is like the awkward transition phase in between the Wii and the Switch. Like the Wii U should have been the Switch. It's like it's everyone kind of wasted their time with the Wii U because basically they're just gonna port all the games that were on the Wii U and just dump them on the Switch again.
Yeah, there are things that I wish kind of were left out, like the motion controls and the touchscreen, because they don't use the touchscreen on this one at all, but, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, so, I don't know, but going back to the game, like, there's just so much to do in this game, but yeah, it is a little too easy sometimes, like, like, some of the bosses, I just got done playing Cuphead, and this is just baby mode, it's like I feel like I'm being insulted here.
It is a really easy game, but it's also like part of the fun is just like exploring and dicking around with the moves. So I'm okay with the difficulty being like really, really mild until you go for those really hard moons. I think the hard part of the game is like finding them, because it's just a big scavenger hunt. There's this one level in the Sand Kingdom, I think it's called, the Tostada or whatever.
Tostitos town.
Yeah, Tostitos town, and there's one part in the world where you go into this I don't know if it's the inverted pyramid or if it's another tomb or whatever, but you can there's this conveyor belt that holds like giant pillars, and you're supposed to use a bullet bill and cross them and, you know, avoid getting hit by them. But what you could do is you could jump on the conveyor belt and then let it carry you through the hole, and then you can find a power moon and like a fuck ton of coins. So literally every possible place you can explore, you like every possible thing you could go, oh, I wonder if there's something over there. Chances are there might be something over there.
Yeah. I mean, like, going back to Sunshine, like, in Sunshine, you had to do what they tell you to do. Otherwise, like, if you dilly-dally and walk around and go somewhere else, there's nothing to find, really. Maybe a blue coin, but that's it. There's no other shines you have to collect over there. It's just do this. But this game fixes that. It just says, hey, do whatever the fuck you want. We don't care. No one cares. You were telling me how if you were to fall off this area, you end up in like the dark forest area, and it's like, I didn't know if I should believe you or not, and I did go in there, and it's like, what the fuck, I'm out of here. I won't say what's down there, but it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's better if I don't think we should spoil too much except for like really basic stuff, because half the fun of Odyssey is just going around and like trying to find moons and shit. It's crazy how much there is to do.
Yeah, it's almost excessive.
I don't think it's I think the problem with excess is when, you know, you like that it requires you to do the excess, but in Odyssey it's just like, if you don't want to get those power moons, that's okay. Just get, you know, there is like a cap per world where you have to get a certain amount of power moons, but it's usually a very low amount.
Oh yeah.
So if you want to, you can breeze through the game really quickly. As far as I know.
Because I don't know if that's a mechanic any current games do, where it's just like, hey, do whichever missions you want until you do this amount. It doesn't matter if they're hard or easy, just do what you want. And that's why these games work. Things like Tony Hawk and Banjo-Kazooie all had that mechanic. Not really a gimmick, but the mechanic is in this game is where you can throw your hat and you can possess different characters or objects.
No, actually, no, it's important to say capture, not because of the controversy, but it's capturing them.
I mean, I know Nintendo stated that they capture these characters, but was there really like a controversy? Like, is someone concerned that they're possessing creatures?
There are a bunch of evangelical Christians who will probably complain, but no, it's no. They choose the word capture because it's a hat pun, and I love it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's why they say capture. It's because it's capturing them with your cap.
Although I was kind of a little let down that there aren't that much things to take capture of. You know, I was kind of expecting more.
The variety is a little low, and which I mean is kind of fair, because then you'd have to. It's like programming multiple characters.
Yeah, because there's that giant that blue Yoshi. What's that? The Loch Ness monster looking Yoshi.
Oh, so you can capture that fucking thing?
No, not to my knowledge. I haven't been able to capture that thing.
Oh, well, I've been trying to get minor spoilers here, but I've been trying to get the moon under its cap, and I try to throw my hat on it or something, and it goes, "Swim with me," and I'm like, but I can't breathe that long.
Maybe if you turn into a fish, you can do that.
Yeah, but then the word changes to "Please get out of my way." The best part of capturing enemies is that NPCs in the worlds will react differently.
Yeah, they're like, go away.
Yeah, either go, but the enemies still know it's you because of the hat, but everybody else doesn't know it's you. Oh, speaking of disguises, the costumes.
Oh yeah, like when you're exploring, the coins actually have a purpose in this game. Well, they done away with the live system and they done away with the mushrooms which just feels weird. But now the live system is coins, and also if you die, you lose like 20 or 50 coins, but you can
10.
also spend them on costumes.
It's 10 coins.
10 coins, yeah.
Which is actually probably one of my issues, is that that's way too meager of an amount.
Yeah, challenges. Give us more.
I mean, I kind of get it, because like the penalty is more just, oh, you have to try that again. You can do it. And like the reason why lives existed in the first place was because of arcades, so they could get more quarters off of you. And then that just carried through into like artificially extending the length of a game, because NES games were short. And then it just kept going on and on and on. And now everybody realizes we don't really need lives anymore.
Yeah, not really, nah. But like, do you have a favorite costume so far?
Let me see. I really, really like the boxer shorts, obviously, because then you can see Mario's nipples.
Oh no.
No. I really like the Rick and Morty costume. But you can't capture a pickle in this game, unfortunately. You can't be Pickle Rick.
As far as we know, that could be included if they ever make DLC where you control a pickle.
I'm hoping they include the Tanuki suit, because the Tanuki suit is my favorite thing, if they do make DLC. It's just a really cute costume. He's got like the little hoodie with the ears and the tail. It's adorable.
I like the well, I won't spoil it, but after you beat the game, you unlock a special costume where it's like, this is so stupid, but I love it. Just, I don't know, you'll see. It's a nostalgic costume. But one of the costumes I like is I think they based one of the American flag looking costumes like Mario, but with American flags on them. But it was based off like
the golfing one, the U.S.
Yeah,
golf.
Mario Golf.
Some call me Johnny really likes that one. I don't know why. Guess he's really
it's
patriotic.
Just so, I don't know, distinct, or I don't know, 4th of July-y.
It's funny that a fucking Japanese character would wear like an American patriotic costume.
Is he still from Brooklyn, or is that just a product of the cartoon?
He's not even a plumber anymore. They retconned that too.
What the fuck?
You didn't know this? This was making the rounds a little bit ago.
Fuck? Wow. I'm insulted. Like, I didn't care when Disney retconned all of Star Wars Expanded Universe, but this is bullshit.
Well, to be fair, the Star Wars Expanded Universe wasn't really much to begin with. Do you remember when Han Solo fought an otter?
Look, it was a simple time, okay?
Of course.
If you, like, crawl around in the sand in the desert area, or, like, get hit by a cactus, like, your nose gets... They put thorns on the model where he shows damage, and also there's sand covering him or snow.
Yeah, there's a lot of dynamic effects that happen to Mario in this game. And speaking of another dynamic effect, you can feed Cappy to piranha plants. Yeah, and then he's like, help me, and I'm like, no.
One thing I didn't like about Cappy, not really Cappy himself, but like when you transition from level to level, you had to sit through like a cutscene of the ship taking off, then another cutscene of the ship in the air, and then you had to see Cappy discuss like mechanics, and then you got another cutscene where it's landing. Like I wish it was a faster transition, but you do get a faster transition after you beat the game. But you know, I want it now. Well, during the game, you know.
Yeah, that was a problem that even like Metal Gear Solid 5 had, where if you wanted to transition to places, you got to like either go through the mailing system, which doesn't work if it's on alert.
Do you have to mail yourself in a box?
Yeah, in a box. They have like mailing posts in
Wait,
Metal Gear.
You're serious?
In Metal Gear Solid 5, you have to gain postal invoices, and then you unlock quick travel options, and then you hide in your cardboard box, and then the mail comes to pick you up and deliver you to whatever outpost you want to go to. The problem is you can't use them during alerts, so it's kind of pointless, and it takes just as long as it is to like go back to your chopper and then land. So
yeah, I can see why they do that, but I didn't think they would actually mail themselves around.
Don't rush off. Nickelodeon will be right back. Now back to Nickelodeon.
You know that you're my
So, going back to Odyssey, like, what did you think of the use of music and how they just, like, incorporate songs with lyrics in it?
It's about fucking time, honestly. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, there's a lot of strange stuff in this game that hasn't been done in other Mario games, and it feels weird, but it feels, like, refreshing to see that done, and some of this music, it just makes it feel like it's an anime opening.
Don't quote me on this, because I'm not 100% sure, but I think, like, this was an entirely, like, fresh blood of team. Fresh team. New blood, etc. Miyamoto stepped back on this title, if I heard correctly, and he's just kind of like, he was like supervising it. And there's a lot of different stuff that was executed super, super well. This is a very, very different Mario game, and at the same time, it's like super, it like nails it, its roots in like you know, pays homage to what came before it. Like they have the paintings. They have the paintings from 64 that you can jump into and then get hidden stars in completely different worlds. They also got rid of fall damage.
Yeah, I found that really strange that they got rid of that too.
And the reason I say that is because there's like a certain painting that warps you to a really high place and you can jump off it and go back to that level.
Well, I mean, in the 64, every single platformer, all you had to do was like, if you're falling super high, all you gotta do is press the Z button right before you fall and just do a ground pound, and that protects you from fall damage, and that's not really in here. You fall damage doesn't hurt you, which is just weird.
Yeah, but they also expanded Mario's moveset like tenfold.
The main thing is acrobatics. That's what you gotta master, and it helps you like get around things that you probably shouldn't, or I mean, there's just so many secrets that you can obtain if you can, like, learn the acrobatics properly.
Yeah, there's a lot of depth and maneuverability to Mario's cap. You can, one of my favorite moves is you can toss it and then, like, dive to it in midair and then jump off it and then do another dive. So it's basically like a super long vertical jump you could do. I mean, horizontal jump you can do. And the button combination to activate it is like it's kind of like as natural as it could be for such a complicated move.
Yeah, it's at first it seemed a little tricky, but it's very easy to do now.
Yeah, the moves are just feel like second nature, and that's what I like about this generation. Like even games that are like kind of disappointing, like Metal Gear Solid 5 again, just all the move sets and all the controls are perfect. Except for Sonic.
Although I feel like Mario Sunshine to me had the best controls. Like Mario felt super smooth in Sunshine.
Yeah, there are a few hiccups with his moves here. Sometimes diving is really finicky when you're activating it because the way if you want to aim him, you have to throw your cap first, and that kind of like confuses you because you'd think, oh, just lean the control stick to wherever you want, but it doesn't work like that. There's also these cute mini games where you can be 8-bit Mario, and I find it really funny that these are just kind of like side excursions. They're not like a major gameplay gimmick, and it's just infinitely better than like classic Sonic and Forces. And it's just a stupid mini game.
Or, okay, I'm kind of afraid we're going to get some kids that are going to yell at us saying, like, you're just freaking Nintendo fanboys. Because I remember when Sonic Unleashed came out, there were kids who were like, well, there were a lot of people who were just like, fuck these reviewers, they're Nintendo fanboys, and it's like, the console wars ended years ago.
Yeah, no, the only Sonic Unleashed review that sucked was IGN's, and that we all know where that is. No, the funny thing is that Sonic Forces is just so anemic compared to this. And I don't know how long the design for Odyssey went for, but I'm assuming it was just as long as Forces, and they're complete polar opposites of each other.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Odyssey is very aesthetically pleasing. I can't even imagine somebody saying that it's like aesthetically repulsive or terrible looking.
Yeah.
You'd have to be a real idiot to think that, but...
What do you think of, like, all the weird, realistic assets?
I think that it was a very good intentional choice because, unlike Sonic, where, I'm more of a Sonic fan than I am a Mario fan, I should clarify, because Sonic has just disappointed me. He's disappointed me, and Mario came... It's like when your parents beat you and then you're crying and then your uncle comes and he's like, "Hey, buddy, it's gonna be okay." You know, that was Mario was the uncle in this scenario. And honestly, where was I going with this?
I'm not sure.
But back on point. I'll segue into something else. So one thing about Mario Odyssey I really like is that all the worlds feel distinct and different, and they aren't afraid to go out of their comfort zone, like with the humans. That's what we were talking about earlier. See, I brought that full circle. It just took me forever, but it's all feels very, very natural in the way it's so uncanny and odd.
I mean, it's called Mario's Odyssey, and it's like Homer's Odyssey. You're gonna see some weird shit, and it's gonna take place all across this Earth. But what I guess like for the realistic humans, like I kind of accept that they're like their own species. Like they're just born as little men with tuxedos and everything. That's my headcanon on what they are.
What? Oh, like from the Super Mario Bros. Movie?
No, the realistic humans in this world, in New Donk City.
I still want to think of them as the Goombas from Super Mario Bros. Movie, except they have masks on.
I mean, they need to have like just a level based on the Mario Brothers movie and have alternate costumes where you play as like a realistic looking what was it, Bob Hoskins?
May he rest in peace.
Well, I mean, like Jean-Luc Leguizamo is still alive. He can still, do things. He can still come back as Luigi. Luigi's not in this game as far as I know.
I think they're hyping up DLC. You can wear spoiler. You can wear Luigi's suit. Yeah. And then this was spoiled for me too, but there are certain people who will make comments on your costumes, and like whenever you're wearing the Luigi costume, they'll be like, "Oh, I don't know, I can't tell who that is."
Oh,
Luigi's always just a fucking joke now, and I love it. Nobody gives a shit.
Maybe they'll, I don't know, for DLC, maybe they'll include like a Luigi's Mansions level,
or they'll make like a hard mode and have Luigi be in it, like they did with New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
No more pussy-ass mode. That's what I need.
Well, yeah, they're doing that for Breath of the Wild, too, which is annoying. Like, give me new levels instead of a hard mode, please.
Oh, you know what new level I would want? Do you remember in Super Mario Sunshine when you were at, like, a high point and you could see the other levels from the island?
Mm-hmm.
But you couldn't actually go there? Like, they need to just include, like, all of the locations in Mario Sunshine and let you be able to walk to each level.
Well, they were islands. They were all, like, islands, so you'd have to swim to them.
Still, well, give me, like, a something to swim there, Give them, like, the little surfboard in Mario's Time Machine, I think.
That's a fucking obscure callback.
I mean, this game is a lot of obscure callbacks. They need more of it. They need to include, like, a CDI level, just... include the terrible Russian versions of them.
Honestly, this does feel a lot like Mario fans making, like with the proper training and stuff, making a Mario game.
And it doesn't feel like garbage, surprisingly.
Well, it also has a lot of the people who worked on Sonic Unleashed, too, so that's why they seem to like traveling a lot. I think they're trying to, like, subliminally say, we want to go on vacation, please help us.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we need to go to all these places and take photo references there. How about you pay for us to fly over there?
And they can't really do anything about it. And they're like, fine, just go.
Go on Google, fuck you.
Yeah, this is honestly the most way out there Mario game. We already said that, didn't we?
I know, but like just the way they incorporate music, like it gave me the feels, what I thought was never real.
I honestly am. I kind of wanted more story in my Mario, and not like to the extent of like Sonic, like the melodrama. Like, oh, Peach has cancer and you have to go find the cure, and then you learn about like Jesus or some shit, like other games.
What kind of Tyler Perry movie are you watching?
It's called The Christmas Shoes.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
But no, but it honestly, I just want a story that doesn't focus around Bowser being the bad guy, and like maybe like sort of like the RPG games, and then this evil villain comes in, and he's like. And Bowser's just really mad, so he tags along with Mario just to like get back at the guy because he's not evil.
And they bring back Wirt from Mario Brothers 2.
Yeah, I'd like that. And then you can like interact with like Bowser and Peach and stuff as you guys play, and then
Well, it sounds like
everybody's...
you want Mario RPG 2.
Well, yeah, but I want it as a platformer. I don't like RPGs that much.
Yeah.
They're not
we
like
don't like
that.
them.
I don't have time to play them anymore.
That's like 40 hours, you know? No one can do that.
Plus, I would also like it fully voice acted, except for Mario. I'd like him to still be a mime, but everybody else is talking. You did it for Breath of the Wild, do it for Mario, you cowards.
It seems like the past few Mario games, like 3D World, are just recycling locations from like the new Super Mario games on the DS, and it's like, I don't know, it kind of got boring, and this is just a whole new breath of fresh air.
Yeah, honestly, for a franchise that's over 30 years old now, or almost 30 years old, it's amazing how fresh it still feels.
Yeah, well, I mean, they haven't done the Mario 64 idea since Mario 64.
Well, Galaxy
weird.
is the closest thing to it.
Galaxy is a lot more linear. You can only go one way.
I don't, not necessarily. Like, it's a lot more. It is a little more linear, but it's also in chunks. Like, you can do this set of worlds, but you can only do certain stars and stuff, which was also in Mario 64. Mario 64 was a lot more open with how you could do stuff, but not quite as open.
Mm-hmm.
This is just full on. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
You could they give you an objective. They tell you go here, but then also if you feel like just fucking around and exploring, you can do that, and you can like get enough moons to just go to the next kingdom.
Yeah, and it rewards you for exploring. That's why it works. Yeah.
And it also rewards you for breaking the game too. In the Sand Kingdom, you go into this. You can do this bullet bill maze if you really want, but if you're smart enough, you can just hop on a ledge and then like trick your way up, jump up to it, and then you can just walk on top of the ledges, so you don't have to go through the bullet bill maze. And they also
tried that.
They have a giant like pile of coins there too that you can get. So they're like, yeah, no, if you broke the game, good job, you did it.
Yeah, I mean that's how the warp rooms were made in the first Mario game.
Yeah, so it's honestly very refreshing to have a game that like rewards you for breaking it.
Yeah, because basically every game is linear. Like, even all these open world games like Grand Theft Auto, like, the only way to truly progress if you do these set of missions and follow this storyline and do these missions with this car and these things, it's like, I don't want to do this. It's not open world anymore.
I mean, it is, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're trying to argue is that even though that you have side stuff to do, it won't help you progress unless you do that specific thing.
Yeah, it's kind of just bonuses and not really necessary at all.
Yeah, and with Mario Odyssey, you can do other stuff while going to the main thing, so it doesn't feel like a necessity. It just feels like, just part of the adventure. Mm-hmm. Which is what. So that's what you're saying, right? It's not like it's more open and focused.
That's why. Is there any things you wished were included in the game?
I don't know, like, I think having a Mario Kart in it would be cute.
Oh yeah, I mean, there is a scooter, but you don't do that much with it.
Yeah, like having a Mario Kart in the game would be really cute.
I always had this idea for a Mario game where it was just basically Mario Grand Theft Auto, and all the platforming locations, every single location is all in one map, and you can just drive anywhere. Maybe they'll do that in like 20 years, like Super Mario Global or whatever.
Yeah, to be fair, that's I can understand how you feel that way, but after I played Metal Gear Solid 5 and realized how actually boring it is, like, it loses its charm super quick, so I'm thankful Odyssey is much more condensed.
It's quality over quantity.
The only problem I have is, like, the Sand Kingdom is like an island, sort of. They're all like themed like islands, and it would be cooler if it was more like a Jak and Daxter type thing, where if you go through the boundaries, you just get automatically KO'd by something. Imagine if the Sand Kingdom was like a huge desert, and like over top it you see this like giant vulture just like kind of like looming about, and then you hear one of the villagers say, "Oh, if you go too far out in the desert, you'll get taken by the vulture," and then if you run out too far, because like having it just be like this floating island in like a desert area just is dumb. I don't like it.
With a pitfall, I guess it would have worked better if it was like quicksand or something.
Yeah, that too. If it was quicksand, I'd be fine with that. And it was like, oh no, Mario, you're sinking, because Cappy will warn you like of certain stuff if it wasn't obvious to the player. But That's all I can really think of. I just wish. I think Mario games have always, like, thematically and aesthetically been more have been more towards condensed like pulpy fun rather than like super. Or whenever I see Mario, I always think about the mechanical blocky build of the game. Even when they do stuff with natural slopes like the sand, Mario's just always a lot better with the blockier types of platforming.
There's plenty of bonus stages like that where you just walk around and suddenly you stumble onto like one of those floating block platforms from Mario Galaxy, essentially, from Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, they have like these platforming challenges where you can't use Cappy and you have to figure out how to maneuver through without him. But I also wanted to mention, since I said slopes, guess what Mario can do in this game?
Slopes?
He can do a roll, and if you roll down a hill, he gets faster.
Yeah.
And that's just a move he can do. It's not required to beat the game. It's just to help you go maneuver through the level faster if you wanted to.
Oh, speaking of that, like, the game constantly reminds you, hey, if you shake the controller, it'll make you go faster, or if you do this. It keeps reminding you that, and typically I like to play with the Joy-Con in my hands like a Game Boy, so I feel like I'm gonna break the thing by shaking it.
You can use the X button.
Oh. Okay.
The X button is also the shaky button, I think, for some of the moves.
Okay, never mind. But yeah, it's kind of annoying that they just constantly remind you, like, hey, shake the thing.
Honestly, you can do most of the moves while the Joy-Con is either docked. I mean, the console is docked, or you have the Joy-Cons plugged into the console.
But one thing I noticed that's missing, speaking of sliding, there's no slides, like, as far as I know. Like, you know, remember in Mario 64 when you slid down a thing and you'd race a penguin? Like, where are the slides? Although, one thing I do like is there's Koopa the Quick returns. Basically, you talk to a Koopa and he'll say, hey, let's race to this place. And you go there. I like that. I mean, it's a lot less linear where you got to figure out, like, how do I get there? Because there's so many alternate paths you can take on the way, and that's why this game works again. Mm-hmm. One thing I wish they did add was day and night cycles. Like, the city looks really nice when it's all rainy and stuff. Like, I wish you could, like, as you play, it just slowly transitions from day and night. You know, to give a sense of, like, time has passed.
But they do kind of do that, but it's, like, all scripted. Yeah. If you get a certain multi-moon, sometimes the level will change.
Yeah. But, okay, I still haven't figured out how to get to certain things, but I want to replay certain instances again, and not everything. I mean, you can play bosses again if you find a way later on in the game after you beat it. But certain things like when you first enter this aesthetic land, this vaporwave-looking water level.
Is that like the Lake Kingdom?
Yeah, very early on, like I guess the Lake Kingdom.
Yeah, I beat that level, and it wasn't like vaporwave. It was more like one thing I really love is that the light reflecting in the water is like a garment. It's like a
really
dress.
Nice.
And then, like, as you swim closer, it fades away, like actual light, and I'm like, dang, I would have never thought to do that.
But look,
like, that's an aesthetic I want.
Yeah, when you first play that stage, there's a bluish tint, but once you beat the stage, like, it transitions to like a daytime setting with more warmer colors, and it's like, I like the other color scheme better. Like, how do I activate that again? And I don't know how.
I don't know if there's a certain way or not, but you think that would be something they would do, but
who knows? You know, it's a very go at your own pace game, and one thing that I really love is like later in a beach level, after you beat it, there's just this little dog that's just jumping around, and it doesn't really serve any purpose other than giving you 1 star, but you throw a cap, and you let the cap settle in one place, spinning in the air, and the dog will just fetch it for you and bring it back to you.
Does Cappy, like, say anything?
No, but I just find that aspect really cute. Just like, I don't know, just a very chill vibe of a game, you know?
It reminds me a lot of Metal Gear Solid 5, like, in really weird, dumb ways. Like, I want Mario to pull out a phantom cigar so he, like, time travels to night.
Yeah. Whoa, give us a day and night cycle, like Tony Hawk's Underground 2. That game did that, and, you know, Tony Hawk games were basically Mario 64 on skateboards.
You've mentioned that.
Yeah. But any final thoughts on Mario 64? I mean, Mario Odyssey?
I honestly think this is the best Mario game ever.
I think so.
Like, I really like. I'm nostalgic for Galaxy the most because that was the one I really truly played, and I have fond memories of 64 when I visited my friend's house and played it on their 64. But this is just straight up. This is just we are amongst the king.
Yeah.
The legend.
I mean, I'm hoping they make Odyssey 2. I mean, rarely, when Nintendo makes a game for a console, they're like, okay, we make only one game for this console, and that's it. But I'm hoping, like, Mario Galaxy got a sequel on the same system. Like, I'm hoping Odyssey gets another one.
The only reason Galaxy got a sequel is because they had so much leftover content and ideas. They were like, they were going to make it originally a DLC, but then they realized, oh wait, the Wii can't do that.
Yeah. No.
And then they were like, well, it's enough to make another game. So they just rehashed the same plot and just like it made for an excuse to play the game, and they just did that. So
recycle all the assets, maybe.
I'm really excited to beat it. I've been doing commissions for most of the day and then playing more Odyssey because I thought we were recording this tomorrow, but
No. It's about the journey, you know.
It is about the journey, and I didn't want to rush it. So think of mine more as just thoughts and impressions. I haven't beaten it yet, so I don't have any definitive thoughts yet. But from what I'm hearing about how the game ends and what's coming, it's going to be great.
Like I beat the game, and I thought, the game's over. It's like, there's so much more to do still. Oh my god, another level.
It reminds me of the ending to Battle of Bikini Bottom, where they're like, there's still robots, right?
What? What?
No, at the end of once you beat like the campaign in Battle for Bikini Bottom, the SpongeBob game, Sandy's like, guys, there's still more robots we gotta beat up and destroy. The game, the adventure's not over, and that's how the game ends. So they give you an in-canon excuse to go and get all the spatulas and shit. Which is what I wish more games would do. Like once they beat the campaign, it's like a cliffhanger in the game. Like Sonic and the Secret Rings did that too. It's like, oh, you got to get the 7 world rings or else we can't beat the game. And it's like, well, fuck.
Like the game's not over. You got to do everything. And I mean, I don't care. Like I remember in Mario Sunshine, like if you beat everything 100%, all you get was a single photo of just saying, "Thanks for playing."
Yeah. I'm sorry, Johnny.
Yeah.
Calling you out again. I'm sorry they did this to you.
Mario Sunshine, like, it was not worth beating all the way through.
Yeah.
Fuck Sunshine. What a waste. Like, I remember when I first played Sunshine, like, I played it a little later, like, when the Wii first came out. I was like, before Mario Galaxy comes out, I guess I'll play this. And I was like, this sucks. This isn't Mario 64. Where's the exploring? What is this? This is bullshit. Like, I wanted to, like, early on before I started making YouTube videos, I was like, one day I'm gonna make a video explaining why Mario Sunshine's a piece of shit. But, I lighted it up on that game,
There's so much we have to talk about. There's so much we need to explore in the world of games.
Yeah, just like, we got to bring back the platformer, and like this, just like, Mario 64 managed to make a retro 3D platformer and make it just feel so new and so refined.
Please, for the love of God, bring back Sly Cooper, you fucking assholes.
Sly Cooper, Honor Among Thieves, and then make another Toy Story 2 video game, because that was also like in the style of Mario 64.
Instead of Toy Story 4, make it a video game.
Yeah, pretty much, Pixar says, look, hey, we make movies that look like video games. Let's just make a video game.
Listen, John Lasseter can't tell you what to do anymore. Do it. Make it a video game.
Yeah, we're free. John Lasseter is gone for 6 months. Like, once those 6 months are up, he's back and he's gonna reign supreme again.
Yeah, everybody's gonna have to learn the Lasseter as part of the code.
Everybody work.
Once you get to Disney, they have the rule book, and one of them is here's the Lasseter and how to do it.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible. It is terrible, but that's probably what's gonna happen. So.
Korean animation studio. Everybody work. Everybody work. Everybody work. He big mean man whip us. We are slaves.
All right, this has been half in the video game bag, duffel, what you carry your games in. So Mike, what did you think of Odyssey? I don't fucking know.
5 out of 10. Oh wait, shit. I mean, 10 out of 10. No, 9 out of 10 because it was too easy. It's like I could kick Bowser's ass in real life and in this game.
Who cares if it's easy? If it's fun, who cares?
Yeah, true. I could go up to Bowser and smack him in the face and just like say, yeah, bitch, that's what you deserve, you little slut, Bowser, and just like, bitch, I don't know.
Mario Odyssey on Nintendo Switch.
Yo, listen up.
We will not live in a two-dimensional world.
We won't go in one direction
Or zig where we can zag.
We will walk through walls. We will take a look around us.
we will not be confined.
We believe in the path of least limits.
We won't be told how to view the world.
We will experience true freedom.
We will not compromise. We will live the game through our hands. We will be in control of something.
We will change the system.